Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers, and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's. If you are tired of seeing criminals get away with murder, tired of hearing excuses for the wicked, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscription button now and stay in the loop with the Jamaica Young Police channel. We are not here to sugarcoat. We are here to expose the truth, bring justice, and make sure the real heroes get the recognition they deserve. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. Subscribe, like, and let's make some noise and hold those criminals accountable. Justice in action. Speak up. Crime must fall. And remember that we have a go inside the description box and you'll see various links to various things for the Jamaica Young Police channel. JamaicaYoungPoliceChannel.com, where you see articles and stuff like that. Those who like to read, and and we continue to give you guys exceptional material over here. So, moving on. Yeah, so right now you're looking at a woman. Most Jamaicans back then, even now, look up to her, because she's the beauty queen of Jamaica. And who remember when Lisa Hanna was getting mad? Yeah, man, at one point in time in Lisa Hanna's life, yeah, man, she was getting real coco loca, losing all her marbles, and yeah, she was married to that man, yeah, man. So we are going to tell you about this, about her labor right husband. Yeah, man, a man named Dr. David Panton. Brilliant guy. And we can tell us that if he had migrated, he would be the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And we're going to tell you what happened while Lisa Hanna, was getting mad then. As we said to you over here, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we always try to, tell you the real mama papa truth. Or, sometimes you have things out there, so, people rehash things, and we make sure at all times we keep it clean, and we just tell you the real mama papa truth. So the rise, fall, and rebranding of Lisa Hanna, the untold story behind the meltdown that shocked the nation. Those of you who have been around long enough will remember the days when Lisa Hanna was not just a beauty queen or a politician. She was the embodiment of Jamaican elegance and power. Crowned Miss World in 1993, Lisa was the nation's darling. The woman every man wanted and every woman admired. Lisa Hanna is one why, the false year thing coming, because everybody wants to look pretty like her because her hair is natural, because she's Indian. But few recall the storm that followed after she got married to one of the sharpest political minds of his generation. Yes, man, Dr. David Panton. So, let's set the stage. David Panton, a Rhodes Scholar, an Harvard Law graduate. So this man got Ivy League in America. Rhodes Scholar. So, he not pay for grad school. Wasn't just book smart. He was strategic, articulate, and ambitious. He was one of the founding architects of Generation 2000. Them call it G2K. The youth arm of the Jamaica Labour Party. Edward Seaga love him to death. Yeah, man. So G2K, designed to attract educated, forward-thinking young leaders into politics. In short, he was building the future of Jamaica's leadership. Now enter Lisa Hanna, glowing from her Miss World crown and building her post-pageant profile. When these two got together, it was like a scene from a political romantic blockbuster. A power couple in every sense. Brains, beauty, influence, and vision. They tied the knot, and soon after, she got pregnant. The two lovebirds relocated to the United States, where they had a child and explore opportunities beyond Jamaica's shore. But then, something happened. Yeah, something snapped. Out of nowhere, Lisa Hanna returned to Jamaica. Rumors swirl through political circles like wildfire. Something had happened in the public domain. Something big, something scandalous, something that shook her foundation, whether it was betrayal, ambition, or disillusionment. One thing was clear: Lisa Hanna came back unrecognizable. Not physically, but mentally and emotionally. People whispered behind closed doors that Lisa Hanna was losing her mind. She'll get mad. Yeah, Lisa Hanna looked wild. Friends and insiders close to her describe her as erratic, emotionally, and spiritually disturbed. She wasn't just heartbroken, she was furious, volcanic, and spiraling. The woman who once stood on the world stage with poise and perfection was now being described as mad. Yeah, man. Lisa Hanna, a mad woman, unhinged and vengeful. Her marriage to David Panton crumbled in the shadows of silence, with neither party ever giving the full truth behind their collapse of the marriage. But those who knew the couple could sense that Lisa was not just walking away from a relationship. She's walking into war. Some claim it was political betrayal. Others say it was personal humiliation. But one thing that became glaring obvious is this: Lisa Hanna's descent into emotional chaos coincided with her transformation from neutral royalty to staunch BMP, LGBTQ plus activist. That's right. The former JLP affiliated Miss World, who once hand in hand with David Panton, the JLP mastermind, suddenly joined the People's National Party, the same party her husband politically opposed. Coincidence or revenge? Yeah, so it's either some people were saying it was revenge. Lisa Hanna went from the poised wife of a conservative intellectual to a fiery PMP LGBTQ plus loyalist, aligning herself with Portia Simpson Miller, and later battling with Peter Bunting and Mark Beer Golding for the party's leadership. But deep down, some Jamaicans believe that Lisa Hanna has never fully recovered from that emotional breakdown she suffered in the aftermath of her broken marriage and failed American dream. Today, she's still admired by some, but the question remains: is Lisa Hanna still chasing power as a form of therapy? Or is she, a woman, still at war with ghosts of her past? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear: Lisa Hanna's story is not just about politics. It's raw, turbulent saga of beauty, betrayal, heartbreak, madness, and reinvention. And Jamaican is still watching, still whispering, and still wondering what really happened behind the crown, the smile, and the meltdown that changed it all. She has never been herself ever since. So the whisper, the scandal that shook Lisa Hanna's world, the allegation that never died. When Lisa Hanna returned to Jamaica from the United States, it wasn't just a homecoming, it was a shockwave. The once radiant Miss World, wife of the brilliant and political shadidi Dr. David Panton, came back under a cloud of whispers, rumors, and an unanswered question. What could have caused such a dramatic break? What pushed Lisa Hanna from the arms of a Harvard-educated political prodigy to an emotional spiral that changed the course of her life and career forever? So, here's the sensational allegation that still echoes in hushed tones across political circles. Lisa Hanna allegedly walked in on her husband, Dr. David Panton, in a compromising position with another man. Yes, a man. Not just any man, but allegedly someone close to their social and professional circle. The mental toll, devastating. According to the whisper, this discovery shattered Lisa's world, licked her brain and plunged her into an emotional and psychological meltdown, so severe that she packed up and fled the marriage, taking their son with her back to Jamaica. It wasn't just heartbreak, it was betrayal, of the kind that could tear at the soul of any woman, let alone constantly in the public eye. Now, let's be clear, there's no documented proof to support this claim. It remains unverified, a political ghost story that has trailed her for years. But in Jamaica politics, especially under the venomous shadow of the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, truth and rumor are often weaponized without distinction. Lies, half-truths, propaganda and character assassination are their tools of trade. And in this atmosphere, silence can be loud as a scream. What we do know for a fact is this: Lisa Hanna took her American-born son to Jamaica, and Dr. Panton didn't take that lightly. In a move that stunned many, the Jamaican Supreme Court ordered her to return the child to his father in the United States. And she did. This is not up for debate. It's documented history. But why? Behind it all, that's still locked in the vault of the Hanna Panton marriage. To this very day, Lisa Hanna has never publicly addressed the allegation. Not once, not to confirm, not to deny, and that silence has only added fuel to the fire for those who believe that something dark, painful, and deeply personal erupted behind closed doors. Something that sent Lisa spiraling out of marriage, out of America and into a political rebirth in Jamaica. Because Lisa Hanna was a labor right at heart. So some people say that the reason why she joined the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, she was quoted by Portia Simpson, it was like a revenge against Dr. David Panton. For his part, has also remained quiet. His political star continued to rise in the background, with close ties to powerful conservative figures in the United States, including none other than Ted Cruz. He's no small fry. Yes, Lisa Hanna former husband, Dr. David Panton, is no small fry. And neither is his best friend, Chris Deering, a man whose silence on the matter has also been interpreted by many as a strategic discretion. So what is the truth? Only three people know: Lisa Hanna, Dr. David Panton, and possibly Chris Deering. And until one of them speak, the mystery remains sealed, the rumors live on, and Lisa Hanna continues her political journey, burdened by the past that still raises eyebrows. One thing is for certain, in the world of Jamaican politics, where enemies are ruthless, especially the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, and nothing remains secret forever, the ghost of personal scandal often return to dance in the public square, and the question still lingers in the mind of many. Was it heartbreak, betrayal, or something more explosive that triggered Lisa's Hanna's transformation from beauty queen to battle-scarred PMP LGBTQ+ warrior? So the Prime Minister of Jamaica never had why the PMP fear Dr. David Panton and why Lisa Hanna could never wear the crown. Let's not beat around the bush. If Dr. David Panton had stayed in Jamaica, if he had not migrated to the United States permanently, there is little doubt among political insiders and power broker that he would be Prime Minister of Jamaica today. That's not speculation, that's informed consensus. Yeah, because in the early 90s, I had, friends who were part of the upper echelon of the PMP LGBTQ+ criminal organization. And this was the guy all of them feared. They didn't fear Edward Seaga. Edward Seaga was a white man. Now a white man is popular with the PMP. What the fear was this man, Dr. Panton, wasn't just another bright spark. He was a blazing fireball of intellect, charisma, and political strategy. A Harvard-trained lawyer, Rhodes Scholar, and co-founder of G2K, that's Generation 2000. He was the architect behind the Jamaican Labour Party's modern political movement. The man was respected across party line. Even diehard PMP LGBTQ+ operatives, yes, even them admitted in private that David Panton was a serious threat to their entire political machinery. And I can tell you this because I know them personally. PMP LGBTQ+ criminal organization insiders were absolutely livid and terrified at the prospect of Panton entering representation and politics. At one point in time, it is rumored that Danai Williams, yes, same Danai Williams, the Don businessman from East Kingston, whose daughter now is running for political office in St. Ann, Danishka Williams, that he had threatened Dr. David Panton. And some have been even rumored that that's one of the reasons why he migrated from Jamaica, in which I don't buy it. But if there's any truth to it, well, maybe someone, Dr. Panton, could even share that information with us if that is true. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we have a number where you can call and correct the record. And Dr. David Panton, as a respected man who lives in the United States of America, if he wants, he's welcome to come to the Jamaica Young Police Channel and and address this rumor, or just to tell us if there's any truth that Danai Williams had threatened to kill him. We at Jamaica Young Police Channel, we had the utmost of respect for Dr. David Panton and others who are about nation building, of building Jamaica to for a better tomorrow for our people. I had friends who were sitting ministers and government advisors at the time, and they confessed behind closed door that if the JLP ever let David Panton loose in an election campaign, he would have wiped the floor with the PMP. He was polished, principled, articulated, and unshakably confident. That's the kind of leader Jamaica has long needed, and the PMP LGBTQ+ criminal organization knew it. But fate took a different path. Dr. David Panton left Jamaica, moved to the United States, and aligned himself with powerful conservative political circles, included Senator Ted Cruz. Yeah, Ted Cruz, the one that Donald Trump called Lion Ted. So he traded the battleground of Jamaica politics for the corridors of American power. And in doing so, Jamaica lost one of its most brilliant, forward-thinking minds. A man who could have been a transformational prime minister. Instead, we were left with political leftovers, those who inherited parties but never had vision. And then there is Lisa Hanna, the woman who once walked beside him, hand in hand, as his wife and political partner. After the scandal and the meltdown that forced her return to Jamaica, she did what many saw as a calculated move. She joined the very party that was terrified of her ex-husband, the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. She didn't just join, she threw herself into it. She wrapped herself in their lies, soaked up their propaganda, and became one of their poster girls, a woman for distraction, drama, and deception. Now comes the latest twist in the tale. Rumors swirling that Hanna is planning to return to her political roots, the JLP. Some say she wants to redeem herself because she wants her legacy to be remembered as someone who's conservative, who have respect for God, and know the difference between a man and a woman. Not to promote the lies and wickedness that the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization have been doing for decades. And her conscience is eating her out because of what they did to her during the leadership race, in which both persons, she and Mark Beer Golden, the British-born, big-belly white man who used her background as a farmer, as a GLP member, activist at heart. At one point in time, she was in New Kingston demonstrating against PJ Patterson, the black thief. I call him the black thief. He's the most corrupt and dishonest prime minister we have ever had, and he's the worst. He's the wickedest. Yeah, man, I tell you, as Jamaican, he's the wickedest thing that ever. Michael Manley wicked, but why the two? Well, Michael Manley wicked and PJ, because Michael Manley give us criminality and PJ ramp it up, because PJ give us clansman gang. So others believe it's a desperate power play because her path to leadership in the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization has been blocked by corrupt operatives like Mark Beer Golden and Peter Bunting. So if you want to believe it, there's a man that goes by the name of Cesar Charlton, who was the mayor of Mandeville. At one point in time, he was a PMP and then a Labourite, so, and he was very successful. So, but let's be real, Hanna can never lead the Jamaica Labour Party, ever. Why? Because behind the polished smile and rare speeches is one of the most dishonest, manipulative, and pretty liars in Jamaican politics. The JLP is not stupid. They may forgive, but they don't forget. Her years of loyalty to a criminal-aligned political entity, her refusal to speak truth about her personal scandal with Dr. Panton and her quiet alliance with media spin doctors and activists who weaponize victimhood for political gain. All of this has tainted her beyond repair. And when she has told a lie on Queen Africa, that was a lie that will stick forever. But hey, look, we believe in redemption. And she had never corrected the record. And it had hurt Queen Africa financially. That is how the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization operates. When they are talking about lies, propaganda, wickedness, and they destroy people's lives with it too. Literally. Hanna beauty may win cameras, but it cannot fool those of us who know the truth. David Panton could have been Prime Minister. Hanna, she will forever be the princess who sold her crown for clout. And the JLP, they may well come back prodigal members, but they will never hand over the keys to the kingdom to a woman whose loyalty is thin as her lies. So in conclusion, while I cannot definitely say whether the information circulated in the public domain about Hanna and Dr. David Panton is true, what I do know through first-hand experience is that the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization has a long and disgraceful track record of character assassination, psychological warfare, and systemic destruction of decent people's lives. They specialize in twisting truths into propaganda, weaponizing rumors, and silencing those who dare to speak facts. Remember that it's the same PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization that started the lies against Darrell Vaz, that he had killed Diana Smith in 1983. At the time I was going to high school, and I had spoken to this detective, and one of the detectives, it was three of them that visited the murder scene. Bigger Ford, CMPMP said Bigger Ford a traitor, him a sell out, and him and Darrell Vaz a friend, and him get money for tell lie. Then you have a hardened PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization detective, bad police. When I go as little boy, the man that was top shotter in iOS as a police, him and Tom Levine. Tom Levine was the odd man, and he visited the murder scene and he had spoke at Darrell Vaz. At no time Darrell Vaz's name was mentioned, and he said that there was a rich man who supposed to be the main suspect, but he was never named. If you go and listen to it. But yet, even with that, people from the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization still, even writing on this channel, still talking about it. That I am not addressing Darrell Vaz committing murder and rape, in which there is no truth to it. Although the evidence is there from the United States State Department stating at the time that Darrell Vaz was in school at Miami-Dade Community College. That is a University Drive in Miami-Dade County. And they're still repeating the lies, because that's how these people, they don't read. So I have been personally targeted by these political miscreants, men and women who worship deceit, operate like cowards in the shadows, and dance proudly in the mud of lies. They will stop at nothing to dismantle a person's integrity, credibility, and honor, especially if that person refuses to sell out or submit. As for Hanna, I truly hope she finds peace, some form of solace. I hope she look in the mirror one day and ask God for forgiveness, not just for whatever personal missteps may have occurred, but more importantly for becoming a mouthpiece for foreign ideologies, parroting European talking points, and allowing herself to be used as a tool in a movement that has done nothing but divide, confuse, and corrupt the moral compass of Jamaica. When you as a woman telling lies for people who believe in same behavior, that's go beyond the pale. Because we as a people, remember that they use the same as a psychological weapon and warfare against our ancestor. How dare you and your party to be imposing and normalizing something that they use to terrorize us as a people? That's why I could never ever support the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. And those of you who's talking about I escape, I was not in prison. My brain was not chained. I can think. I know the difference between wrong and right. That's why I always speak truth. When the party is telling men to open them body hole and take it like a woman, that's when they know that. And people still cheer and celebrate them and still support them. You know that Jamaica, people who support the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization don't have any moral compass. But these people are morally bankrupt. You don't want them nowhere near you if you're an ethical, decent, and honest human being. And fear God. The PNP LGBTQ plus criminal doesn't even fear God, the creator of heaven and earth and of all living things. Because guess what? It's a white man from Europe. Remember, the Europeans were civilized by our ancestors. And the reason why they always try to erase everything about our history, because they have none. So we live in an era where truth is hated and lies are funded and celebrated. But no matter how long the darkness lingers, truth will always shine through. So let the record show, we don't traffic in rumors, we expose systems, and the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization remains one of the most dangerous, dishonest, and destructive forces Jamaica has ever known. And I say that without any apology, and I stand by my words 100%. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.